Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't found us here before, we're a family that lives in Summerville, South Carolina, and in 64 short days we're making the move to João Pessoa, Brazil. We're selling everything in America, and we're arriving in Brazil with just luggage and us and a dog. Every time we go to Brazil, we always visit Praia da Pipa. It's a small little village that we call a village. It's a big tourist area for Brazilians that love to come here. Though it's a tourist area, you're not going to find any Americans here. It's a tourist area for Brazilians. If you find an American, I'd be very surprised. You will occasionally find someone from Europe. But this town is very safe. People love to bring their families. The water's calm because of the reef out there. A reef. And it's such a nice place to come. The weather's beautiful just about all year long. The water's very warm. And they have lots of bars, lots of restaurants. And they sell everything on the beach that you could ever want. We've been coming to Praia da Pipa probably since 2018, and every trip we make to Brazil, we always make it a point to come here, and we usually bring my mother along with us. She enjoys it. It's a nice vacation for her. And you see this, the water there in the foreground. The sand is always moving here, so you might come and see this water one day, and a year later it'll be all beach. As you can see, the water is almost crystal clear. Depending on the time of year and the amount of rain determines how clear the water is.
Está. Seu marido é gente fina, é talentoso, inteligente, parece um empresário americano no ambiente. Quem tem um lourão assim ganhou de Deus um presente. Ele é um cara inteligente, notei que brilhando tá. Parece um empresário da América ou Canadá. E quem tem um lourão assim não tem do que reclamar. Essa turma encantadora tem brilho, tem simpatia, merece toda a homenagem do verso da poesia. Quem tem uma sogra dessa vive feliz todo dia. Obrigado, thank you. Obrigado, Deus abençoe. Ele é americano, né?
É.
Deus abençoe, obrigado, viu?
Obrigada. Tchau, tchau.
Muito bom.
This guy walks around, he ad-libs, and he makes up songs for each table he comes to, and he's looking for a tip. Basically, whenever they come to sing for me, they talk about me either being a doctor or me being a businessman and how lucky my mother-in-law and my wife is to have me because we have such a good life. That's basically the translation. Since I don't speak Portuguese, I have to depend on my wife to tell me what he's saying, but they always think it's funny. Every year we go, he or somebody just like him is there. You can see by this menu here that you can order anything here, and it's relatively cheap if you're bringing in dollars. If you have dollars, you can eat here pretty good. They have everything, picanha, everything, crabs, pasta, steak, beans, everything you want, everything a Brazilian would want. Bon appetit.
Começou com esse negócio. Para.
You see the water's almost crystal clear. You see all the rocks out there. There's a lot. At low tide, you can see all those rocks, and you got to be real careful walking around. Of course, there's a woman walking around giving massages. This particular woman was selling coloring books and massages. Very strange, but worked out for me. My daughter got a coloring book, and I got a little neck massage. Everybody walks around selling their crafts. These are cool, like little parrot type things made out of wood, driftwood. At low tide, there are tide pools everywhere. You can see all these tropical fish that are stuck here until the next tide comes in. Most of these are all tropical fish, like sergeant majors, etc. When I'm here, I just like to put on some flip-flops or some beach shoes and just walk out here. And this is my therapy, just walking around the tide pools. It's just a beautiful place to be for me. Just take my time, see what new things I can see out here. I never think about it when I'm here, but I really need to bring some food out for these guys because I love to feed fish. And I'm sure next time I'll save some scraps from the table and bring them out here. Out to the tide pools. See what's hungry. See, these cliffs are really beautiful, but you don't want to get too close to these cliffs because I have heard stories in the past of parts of the cliffs collapsing onto people. So you can kind of tell that's where all these rocks and things are coming from, that cliff. So you don't want to get too close to this cliff. Nice to walk around, but don't get too close to the cliffs. Really the whole east coast of Brazil and the northeast, they look, the scenery looks like this. The beaches look like this. See here, this little puffer running away from me. And they're all in the tide pools. You can find anything out there, from octopuses to sea slugs. So you can tell the fish in this village is pretty fresh. I mean, bring them right in from the boat. And where else you want to live? You know, if you can just see this every day, people bring in dolphin and bonita and albacore, things like that, ripping the beach. You know it's fresh. This is actually one of our Airbnbs that we go to when we're in town, and I think, if I'm correct, it costs about $45 a night. Has everything you need. The bedrooms have air conditioning. Usually the main rooms don't, but you'll find most of bungalows and cottages in this part of Brazil, it's open like this. And at night, there's never any bugs in here. There's no flying bugs trying to get to the light bulbs or anything. You know, it's just a really, really nice place. At night, you don't have to worry too much about insects. Even this area, you don't have to worry too much about mosquitoes because you're closer to the ocean. The closer you get to the ocean, you get that ocean breeze. It kind of pushes those mosquitoes inland. That's my opinion. You may have other experience. But, you know, this little cottage area has everything we need. This is a different Airbnb. Obviously, it has an in-ground pool. It's good for the kids, of course. And this gives the impression it's outside too. You know, it's really open to the outside. In a second, you'll see the kitchen. And the kitchen, basically, outside is the outside kitchen. And I think price-wise, this Airbnb is probably around the same as the last one. It's really reasonable if you have an American dollar. If you have Brazilian money, it's more expensive for you. But you see the kitchen. You have your refrigerator, your stove, everything you need right there. And it has a little barbecue over there too. Not bad. Has a three bedroom Airbnb. Bathroom looks a little sketchy, but it's fine. This part of Brazil, they have marmosets everywhere. See these little marmosets? They'll come to your Airbnb or your house. If you have a few trees, chances are you have marmosets there. I've never seen them eat anything other than bananas. They're very friendly. They don't bite you, scratch you, or anything like that. In the morning, if your windows are open, and chances are they are, because in Brazil nobody has screens. They usually have wood louvers. You'll see some windows with glass once in a while, but not often. But these marmosets will come in your kitchen and steal your bananas. But I usually buy extra bananas when we're going to these Airbnbs because I know there's going to be monkeys there. And who doesn't want to feed a monkey? I'm sure later on, you know, you start thinking of them like squirrels back in the States. But I've never got tired of these guys. Sometimes they'll carry a little baby on their backs. They're just looking to our Airbnb, coming in getting bananas. You know, it's pretty much like paradise, I think.
Monkey bite.
Monkey.
Monkey bite me.
Monkey don't bite. No. Uh-oh.
Usually these marmosets only want breakfast too. I've never seen them in the afternoon. Once in a while, I guess you might, but I don't see them much after the morning time. This is the main road in Pipa, and it's a one-way road, so you can have vehicles on here and go in one way. But at night, I mean, you have people everywhere. It's so safe, it's friendly, it's warm. Little boutiques and shops selling their wares, restaurants, you can get pizza, bars, everything's here. And this road's probably like 2.5 miles of shops and cobblestones. Yeah, it's a really, really nice place. And it's very safe, Don't listen to rumors about Brazil being dangerous. I've never experienced any of that in all my travels over the last 6-7 years. And if you don't speak English, you're going to have a hard time here. Luckily, I use my wife as an interpreter. But chances are nobody speaks English here. Unless they're from Europe and they're visiting. But majority of places I've been to in Brazil, nobody speaks English. And when they do see Americans, they're very surprised. They're very friendly, very outgoing. If you have a way to communicate with them, they're very friendly. So of course we've been coming here for years. So this is when our daughter was very young. So every year that we've come back, we come back to Pipa. It's always on our list to the places to go while we're here. And obviously you can get mixed drinks everywhere. They have these little improvised bars outside. Being a tourist area, these drinks may be a little bit more expensive, but for Americans, I think it's maybe $3 or $4 for a caipirinha, which is the national drink. And this is up on Praia do Amor, which is the beach of love, or Lover's Beach. And it's up on these cliffs, and way down below you can see some umbrellas. You can walk down this cliff. They have some steps, but they're very steep. Probably I won't go down that cliff anymore, being in my 50s. That's all I need. To break a knee on the way down, I'll be in the hospital. But when we leave Pipa this last time, they actually have this road that parallels the beach, and we never went this way before. It's all dirt, it's all beach, and it can get a little soft. We're in a rental car, so I got a little nervous a couple times when the sand got really soft. I'm like, oh, I hope I don't have to call anybody out here to rescue us. But it's well driven, so if you need help, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to find you. But it's very easily to drive off one of these cliffs. But you can see it's just a beautiful area, not overpopulated, not that many people out here, and just one of the areas you can a scenic area you can stop on the way. It's like a little lookout point. You got parasailers out there parasailing, and you can take a few photos. A little hard up there. Now coming up here, you're going to see these little rafts, and to get across this road, there's a river and there's no bridge. So if you want to get to the other side where you need to go on one of these rafts. You can see in the video here, you can see one of the cars coming across, and this is the first time for me. And of course we're in a rental car. I'm like, oh, hope this thing don't flip over. I was a little nervous, but my mother-in-law was more nervous than I was. She was in the back seat crying. Even though the water was only a couple feet deep, you could see the guy walking us across to the other side. Mother-in-law was very nervous, and we thought it was funny. But where do you see this in America? It's just crazy things that are normal in Brazil that are not normal in America. And I think it might have cost us $4 or $5 to make this crossing on the raft. And you see all these rafts out here, they do this all day long. If you don't take a raft, you're not getting there. I mean, if you have a car or something, you're not getting across this river. And right on the other side here, there's another beach and there's restaurants. But we had to cross here to continue on to my mother-in-law's house. You see, we're actually on the raft. My mother-in-law's going crazy.
Hold on, Bobo.
Well, if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe and share and come back and visit us as we get closer to the time we move.